what's the deal? You guys are here.
We're here.
We're happy that y'all are here.
Having mimosas.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. This was last minute for me. I got the call at like 6:30 last night.
No, sometimes a surprise is a good.
You know what that you're supposed to do.
I guess I'm the special guest today.
Yeah. So let's talk about you two in terms. Are y'all on a team or y'all not on a team? How are we
Starting a team.
Starting a team. Yeah.
So the biggest dilemma is I cannot think of a name, and that's. The name that starts everything. Yeah. And so I cannot think of a name, and we've kind of discussed it. I mean, you have a so Judge, you have a great name for yours.
I know.
You need a good name.
Yeah.
I helped you. Now you need a team name.
Do you need something like a girly name, or do you want something like?
I don't think I want girly because if they're ever a guy on, then
right.
You know,
yeah, that's true.
I don't want them to feel like
I was like Mean Girls or something like that.
Oh, we're not mean girls.
I mean, I don't know. I was just throwing some ideas about it. I'll go with like the power move, like the power boss lady.
I mean, something.
Yeah. You need some suggestions for sure. So once we get that team name, then I think we can rock and roll. Because we already have. I want to do pictures, individual together, but
yeah.
But we do everything together right now, so we're pretty much a team without me.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wait, do we do something that's like have we?
Yeah.
We have
See,
everything was so good. It's so pure. So I mean. You get the pleasure. So we have two guests on here today. So Leslie Gutierrez, who has been around real estate for over 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and now she has her partner in crime, like it's sort of like,
I like that.
Sort of like a team combo with Denise. And so they're basically kind of starting off their whole new thing together. Denise has been almost 9 months.
Yeah, almost.
Okay. So been in the game for a little bit, but has a great mentor with Leslie, and so glad to have them on and be able to share some of their knowledge with what they got going on. So yeah. So like being like 10 years, 9 months, right? Like what are some things that you find like in real estate where you're like you find exciting that maybe you don't really find exciting anymore? Like, is there any of that you guys find or?
I like to do videos and stuff, and she hates it. So when she was like, Denise, do you want to come do the podcast with me? I was like, yeah, why not? And Anthony knows I'm down. Like, I'll do it. I'm just down for whatever. And it's an experience for me. So I'm still learning. I'm getting in the groove of it, but I've been trying to get her into the videos and things like that. So
yeah, she's totally good about let's go to the model homes and shoot video. I'm like, oh, okay, so I'll go with her and I'll record, and I never post. Like, I did it, but I didn't post it, and she'll post it right away. I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. I should do that.
So y'all kind of complement each other because it's like she's more into like the media thing, and then you have obviously the knowledge, been in the game for a minute, so it kind of helps like.
Yeah.
Give and take kind of thing.
She's pushing me to get out there more.
That's kind of like what I think whenever Anthony, and we still do collaborate together, but that was kind of my thing. Like I just didn't really have I didn't mind being on camera, or maybe I do mind being on camera, but like, he was more so just like, dude, just who cares?
Mm-hmm.
And, I did the same thing. I got all kinds of stuff on my phone that we'll never see.
It's like, it's a great idea. It's a great idea for this video, but I'll never, ever put it together and post it. So she's really good about that. So
yeah, I think we just complement each other well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But just carve out like one day. Just carve out one day where you just do it.
Oh, that sounds so easy.
It is.
Yeah, so easy to do.
Leslie's busy though. Like she's busy, she's a mom, she's a wife, so she has to be done at a certain time, and there's certain days that, she can be out all day. So I get it. And we work around each other's schedules, and Wednesdays are like my days where I'm like, nope, my wife's off work. I'm not doing anything, I dedicate my life to my wife. So I'm like, everything else can just come after that, know?
Mm-hmm.
So like with y'all's days, like speaking of which, because like, people look at what we do in real estate, and sometimes it can be really difficult for people to understand exactly what's going on behind the scenes, but you're balancing life, and then you're also balancing things that you have to do within real estate. Like what are some of the things that like people don't really see that realtors are out there doing on a day to day?
Jeez.
Honestly, everything. It's real estate is not easy. You know, before I got into it, I was an insurance agent for about 15 years. You know, I worked for a broker. I did that forever and I kind of just got bored with it. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna get my realtor's license because it
That's
looks so
easy.
fun and it looks interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Complete opposite. It's like, oh my gosh, you have to get out there and you have to hustle, you know? It's hard. It's hard.
It's fun though. It's that balance of being a therapist because you hear everybody's problems. I had couples get into a fist fight in front of me.
Oh, wow. Really?
Well, the girl.
Tell us about this because I've never heard this story. Was it?
God, it was awesome. It was actually here in Callison Ranch. My husband was working for a different builder at the time, and they had a model here, and we were selling a home to this couple. And so I've been working with this couple for probably about 2 months. So very picky, which is totally fine, understandable. And we were in the office. We found a house that they loved. They both wanted it. We were going through the contract. My husband was across the table. I was next to them. And all of a sudden, like they're getting ready to sign. And all of a sudden, the guy's phone goes off.
Oh, snap.
And she turns around and she's like, who's that? Who's that? And he's like, oh, nothing. It's work. Puts it back. And it's probably about 7:00 at night. So puts it away, calls again, and looks at him. Who's that? Give me your phone. Give me your phone. So she starts arguing with him. She sees the phone. It's a girl. And she just turns around and whacks him. And then me and Cesarea are kind of just like, oh my God, what's happening? What's happening? We look at each other like they're literally just about to sign on this house. So deal was done at that point. But she probably hit him about 2 or 3 times. And then we just kind of said, you know what? We're going to go to the model. Just kind of talk. So we were in the model for about an hour and we can hear them yelling in the office. So.
Oh my
Should have threw them in the
goodness!
playroom, maybe.
Oh man.
So did they end up getting the home?
They ended up breaking up, and then a year later they called me back and they worked everything out and they bought a house.
Really? Oh, that's
and they had a baby.
Happily ever after.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
They're able to growth,
Yeah.
right? They work through some things.
Yeah, they did.
Maybe he needed to be slapped a few times to, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe bring it up at the closing table. Hey, remember that one time? They're like, no, we're over that.
So that was a good one.
You run into any craziness?
No.
Yet? No.
I just had hard ones, right? Like hard to start with, like my first listing and the working with the buyer, you know, trying to negotiate. That was crazy. And I was just like, Leslie, oh my gosh. Like we went back and forth for a while. Yeah. So it's definitely different.
Like a pro though.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, I don't think we probably don't bring it up enough that me and Josh are both mortgage brokers, and so we've worked with both y'all in the past, present, you know, and hopefully the future. And so I've been to open houses with both y'all, and Denise is always down to like, oh, we need to take pictures, record. Yes. And so I think the first open house I did with you, Leslie, was it the one in Boverde or?
Probably so.
Was that your big listing?
Yeah.
We did the Spurs tickets for that
yes,
one, right?
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yes.
So, and I went out to that one and I think Denise had already been on it like, hey, you need to shoot videos. And so she was like, okay, we're going to like shoot something. I was like, all right, cool. So I had my gimbal. I feel like I'm all professional out here. So she's like, we're standing outside the home and I'm recording her. And so she's like, oh, I can't do this. So I got her like mic'd up. And so I'm like, no, just take your time. You know, if you hit a rough spot, just take a deep breath and let's go right back at it. So we kind of did that, like an introduction, like boom, here's the house. And she walked in, kind of explained it a little bit. And then it was just like a quick, like a little zoom around tour. So it was like really good though. And so since then I've been seeing her post stuff, like she's been on it. So, I mean,
this one over here is the one that pushes. So that's good. That's good.
Good.
Yeah. So we'll keep her around.
I mean, I guess, right?
She's really good at that. So.
No, I like to see that y'all work good together and that you're expanding. I mean, because now I think we're in the day and age where like social media is just kind of like taking over, and so I have some other real estate peers, I guess, or people that I've been working with that are not real good at like just in general, like networking, meeting people. But at the
Hard,
same
though.
time,
It's really hard just to like my husband is complete opposite than me, so he's like, yo, just go talk to people. Well, I'm not that person. I'm not gonna go to a room and just, hey, how are you, what do you do? I'm
Yeah.
not that person, so it's hard. And so even doing social content, it's like it's still very, very hard for me
Yeah.
to do. I mean,
That part I see, like that's the part that's hard for me. It's weird because I have no problem talking to people, and like sometimes my wife will even be like, bro, like zip it, let's go, right? It's time to leave. But it's like having the conversation and talking to people and then trying to lead it back into what do you do? What, you know, like, and making it something like, oh, if you ever need anything, here's my, like, I just can't do that part, right? Just yet. So it takes me some time, but I do find that like in little circles, like there's like my baseball circle, baseball world, another, you know, occupation, real estate, other things. You find your little pockets of, after talking to people for so long, you know, through conversation, they kind of find out what you do. And I think those are the people that you really need to build that deep rooted connection with, because then they're telling their friend, oh, you go hit up Leslie, go hit up Denise, or whatever it is. And so I just need to find ways to be more active. Like I got my, you know, little things here and there, but I need to find like another little group to really tap into. It's hard.
That's hard.
It's hard to find
is
time.
hard.
You know what I mean? Time is the biggest thing.
Yeah. I mean, right now, just with like starting up the new business, my goal like every week is to go to 2 networking events. And so I joined NAREP. And so
Bro, I haven't been to a networking event this year.
I've been to so
Wow.
many, but the NAREP one, I was kind of like, I hit up Myra and was like, oh, should I join? She was like, no, you definitely should join. And I was like, I'm not Hispanic, so it's kind of like weird, but she was like, no, don't say that. Don't say that. Like, it's not about that. Like, it's about, you know, what we bring to the table, like our group as a whole.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it. Cause when I went to the gala with y'all last year, I was like, this is dope. Like, I like the atmosphere. I like how everybody's like works together.
I'm sure you did like the atmosphere, bro.
So it was, yeah, I mean, it's different. Cause I mean, coming from the retail world, it's a little bit different, but yeah, I did like it. But,
I'm not lying there.
so long story short, I joined, and so I go to that. I go to some other like BNI kind of has like an open door right now for one of their groups. I go to that. There's another girl named Samantha Guajardo. She has like all she does is networking events, and so she does like book clubs. She does like mix and mingles. Has like speakers come in. So now people are kind of like, oh, you just network, bro. Like, I want you to come to my event. So they just send me invites. So it's easier now. And I'm just like, I got my big calendar on my wall now. And I'm just like, okay, let me just plug one here, one
you have
there.
to color coordinate it like your events.
I have it like that. I have it like that. So I'm like all over the place. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, I know these are my most important things for the day. And I'll just fill in, as the days come. So, but yeah, I think networking is important just because you see your face more and more, to the point that people are like, oh, that's Anthony. I know him. And so I just need to associate that now with like, hey, this is my company. This is, even though you know me, but this is, let's bring it together and let's do business as like with me and my company.
Mm-hmm.
So
True. Yeah. That's good. It's hard.
Eventually, hopefully at the end of the year, I want to do stuff with UTSA. Like I want to be part of
that's a good one. Yeah.
whatever it is, the alumni board or something. That would be my ultimate goal.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think once you find your niche, like some people just have certain groups of people that they like, just like for example, April is like always has VA clients, and like there's some people I know that all their clients are like from the club and bar life, and so they just work around that niche, and people just know them like, oh yeah, anybody in this little world knows who you are, and they just. Yeah. It's all kind of referral thing. So, but I mean, everybody knows Leslie. Like, I think I brought you up to a couple of people here recently.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they're like, oh, yeah, I know her.
It must be from all the videos.
I mean, it must be, right?
The crazy part is like a lot of people do know you. Like you are like
That's
Like,
good. That's good.
As much as you say
I
that
don't
you don't
think
like
so
to be
at
on social
all.
media, I think like you have a pretty good footprint.
Well, that's good to hear.
So yeah, even better if you've been pushing her. So
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
well, good.
So do you have y'all have like a team page, or do y'all have like a?
Well, that's going to come with the team name.
Yeah,
We
that's
haven't
true.
done
still
any
waiting
of
for
that.
that.
It's so
Yeah.
hard. Like we
We're
trust-
taking
It's
suggestions.
just hard. Yeah.
Like,
Well-
because all I feel like all these good ones are all taken already. So and then I tend to overthink and I overanalyze. And that's where I get stuck.
I want to get into some more team stuff, but let's we want to have a first bite.
Yeah, we
I'm
can.
starving.
Because I do have some questions about the team. Talk to us about these tacos. I think we've had these tacos before with somebody else, but let us just give a little
I've
spiel.
never had these tacos.
Oh, it's the first time.
It's the first time for me.
You've had Mary?
I've had them from the location in Bernie,
Okay.
but I never had the ones here off Helotes. But it's the same thing.
Oh yeah.
You know. But
Yeah.
I think they're in Bernie, Helotes, and Kerrville. If I'm
Yeah,
not
I think
mistaken.
Bernie was the first one, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the Bernie one, and they have like you walk in and you can just—it's like a little line, and they're right there in front of you. Almost looks like a sushi thing whenever you're ordering.
Yes.
And they're just sitting there whipping up the tacos.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool to.
Yeah,
walk
it
through
was
there.
cool. It's the
That's
first
what I was
time.
telling her because I was like, "Oh, look, they're homemade tortillas. You could see like they have
the
the clear
window
windows and
Oh, see, I've never
can
been to
see
the
them.
one in Ben
Yes,
Helotes.
Helotes
Is,
right here.
is it like that?
Oh,
too, inside?
they're making it in
Yeah.
front of you.
They're making them
they
in front
have
of
it
you.
right in the middle. Same thing. It's like where they have everything, but they have a big glass wall window, and they're making the tortillas.
Right.
Yeah.
and
Okay,
you
cool.
can see everything.
Oh,
Well,
that's
good.
pretty
I'm glad that
dope.
they kept the same
Yeah.
theme or whatever.
Yeah, so
That's
we
pretty
were like
dope.
struggling on where to go, and we wanted to go
And
to a
he
different place.
recommended
So.
the tacos. So we asked, what are the best tacos? And he said, this is one of their best sellers. I think it's the Sean tacos.
Yeah, the Sean taco.
Oh,
Okay.
they have names.
They had names.
They have
Oh, I didn't
names.
even know that.
Sean is it? Who's Sean?
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
That sounds like a white dude.
I thought like Shawn Michaels is from San Antonio. I
You sure it's not John?
Oh my god.
But okay, so the salsa today we got salsa from. I was
Need a
on.
spoon? Do we need a spoon? We don't have a spoon, right?
No, I think
don't
they're separated.
Yeah, we
into
already have the little.
Oh,
little
got it. Okay, I
containers.
see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so we got salsa. Well, it was I don't know. I seen it on somebody's page that they were following this girl, and then she's like making salsa. So I was like, okay, cool. So I went on her page, looked around, and was like, okay, it was kind of up and coming page. So she just kind of started everything. So I hit her up, and I was kind of nervous because she only had like a few pictures. I only knew one person who followed her. I'm like, oh, this may be a scam.
So you didn't know her,
I did not know her. So
but we're eating her salsa.
Shit.
we are eating her salsa. So I mean, of course I met up with her and we talked. And so this is her business. Salsa Babe is her Instagram. And so she says she makes all kind of flavors of salsa. So she was like, try these. If you need spicier, I can go spicier. If you need a different combination, she was like, I got you. So
She
I
should
was
do
like,
salsa bay.
BAE, right?
BAE, right? Salsa bay just sounds a
I
little.
do like that.
yeah.
That's kind of like
Just, I mean,
a little saying,
You have a team name. You're
Yeah, look at y'all.
correcting these names.
I feel like you're good
Bay
at
real
names,
estate.
So.
yeah.
No. But yeah, we
Bay,
can
bay.
we could try these. Hopefully,
So what are they? Is one spicier than the other? Do you know anything about them?
she said they were all pretty much the same level. So if she needed to like increase the spice next time, she would. But yeah, this is our first time
And
trying.
the thing is, we're going for spice. Do y'all like spicy?
I'm not as spicy.
You're not as spicy.
She doesn't. I do. I love.
I'll try a
spicy
little
food.
bit. I'll try a
this
little.
is- You already got your taco?
Yeah, those.
Okay. Here you go. Thank you. So if you want to open your salsa up, and
We all got Sean's.
We all getting that.
Let's
green
let's
sauce?
try the green one.
Is that what
first.
happened to our?
First?
Did we,
Oh, so it's like little by little. It's not just all in it.
No, so what we'll do is we'll try. There's 3 bites, so we'll
Okay.
take a bite this first time with that salsa, and the next time. So you'll open your taco, put some, and make sure you put it on the right side.
so wait, we all got Sean's taco. Is that what everybody got, or just y'all two?
I mean,
Just
y'all did.
y'all three.
Oh, just me and Anthony.
Oh, okay.
What did y'all do?
We got just bean and cheese and bacon.
I think I got some.
I know. This
We're
is my
basic.
favorite taco is bean and cheese and bacon.
My son.
Oh, this looks like it's pretty good
It
actually.
does look good. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay,
Thank you for
so
I think I put a lot.
yeah, go ahead and load it up.
I dumped it.
Load it up.
Okay.
Dude, I'm not a
So,
big spicy person.
It's supposed to be talking with tacos in 3. Like the goal is to try to kill this in 3 bites.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen with us.
Well, it takes some pretty good bites and yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, take some pretty good bites. Y'all ready?
She's laughing at us like. Okay.
All right, you throw the camera on them. Y'all go ahead.
Oh, we're supposed to. It's
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, you're gonna eat it. You're gonna try at the same time.
I feel like we should do a cheers or something.
Oh, you could have.
There you go. That's a decent bite. Decent. All right.
What does it taste like?
Oh, I guess go ahead because now we're not on the same.
Oh yeah. I guess
This is the first time where we're not on the same camera.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get cheers in. All right. I'm going in for
Yeah,
the kill.
it's
You
good.
ready?
Oh, we gotta eat. I mean, it's a big taco, so
Well, I mean, 3 bites. So.
We all
Well,
took
you're
the
right on
bite.
another bite.
3 different sessions of bites. Mhm.
You're on.
Okay. Yeah.
So the first bite, was it pretty good for y'all? Bean and cheese. You can't go wrong with bean,
Bean
and cheese,
and
right?
bacon. That's my favorite
Is
go-to
it?
taco.
You know,
Always.
I used to. I was raised on chorizo and bean.
Oh, I love chorizo and bean.
and then sometimes you put some papas in there too.
Yes,
Oh my gosh!
chorizo and papas, yeah. But not everybody can make it good.
Right.
Like restaurants, sometimes it's just
The
too
chorizo?
like
It could be too dry or it could be too
oily.
greasy.
Yeah,
Oh,
too greasy,
true.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
grandma made the best bean and chorizo tacos.
Yeah.
Anytime I would go see her, I would see her every Sunday.
That was my
and
taco.
That was she
Yeah.
already knew that's what I wanted.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
going to Houston. From Victoria. We're both from the Victoria area, and so going from Victoria to Houston, bean and chorizo, like chorizo and bean
Yeah.
every
You're
day.
both from the same area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we talked about it in a couple of pods,
Few
but
times.
yeah.
Getting older. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
know.
They're
I'm
now.
tired of hearing that. No, but yeah, we grew up like 20 miles apart,
Wow.
and we're the exact same age, born the same day.
Oh, I remember this. I
Yeah.
did see this.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah,
Like we
but-
probably played sports against each other and just never realized
Oh, we had to. We know all the same people.
Yeah.
Y'all probably hated each other. Like, oh, I hate that
Oh,
guy.
I
from
hated
that
that. I
team.
hated his team. And so I mean, and so I mean, not him personally, but the reason we hated each other because we were so much competition. They may not thought the same for us, but we were just like real competitive. So I mean, that's how basketball gets. But
So you played basketball.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, the salsa. What you think?
It was good. I'm not a big spicy person, so it was perfect for me.
I think it was good. Like if it's
Lot of
salsa,
flavor.
can I call her salsa bay?
Salsa
I
Bay,
like
yeah.
salsa bay.
I like that.
I think if salsa bay is going for like flavor, that's a really good flavor of salsa. You know what I
Agreed,
mean?
agreed.
Like, you could just throw it on some like enchiladas or
I felt like it'd be good with chips
chips.
because it was
Oh, yeah,
good.
yeah.
It had a lot of flavor. It was
I
really
like
good.
you know what I like to make? One of this is my all-time favorite thing that I can cook. Is tostadas.
Oh, really?
Chalupas?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
We don't buy the shell one. We just get the corn tortilla and we fry it.
Fry
it
it.
too.
Yes.
Oh.
Fry it, do some refried beans,
Mhm.
some good meat, and then I chop up like it's all about the chop, bro.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
lettuce, you gotta chop up the lettuce nice and thin.
You
Not
know, I'm so lazy. I get the pre-made salad mix and I just
No.
throw it on there, and that's it. I'm
There's
so
nothing
lazy.
wrong. It just depends on what.
Leslie, you better stop
put some
that,
lime
girl.
and salt,
Yeah.
tomatoes,
That sounds-
chop up like it's all about the chop, bro.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
lettuce, you gotta chop up the lettuce nice and thin.
You
Not
know,
like
I'm so lazy. I get the pre-made salad mix
No.
and I just throw it on there, and that's it. I'm
There's
so
nothing
lazy.
wrong. It just depends on what.
Leslie, you better stop
put some
that,
lime and
girl.
salt,
Yeah.
That's
tomatoes,
That sounds delicious.
crema.
It's too much for me.
Mhm.
and then I think that green salsa on top,
Top would be good.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it would be.
Yeah, I like it.
really,
I like
really
it.
good.
And
Anyway.
for some reason, I always like the salsa that's so spicy. I'm eating it like with some chips. I'm just like, my nose is running. I just can't stop. I'm like, what am I doing? I just can't. Yeah, it's weird.
Y'all have a go-to. Let's start with Mexican. Like y'all have a go-to Mexican dish y'all cook.
I make enchilada verdes.
Oh.
Verdes?
Yeah,
hmm
awesome.
That's like so good.
Leslie?
I just made them the other night.
Chick-fil-A.
I'm like, I'm the whitest Mexican. No, I don't make enchiladas. I don't make sopita. I don't make rice. I don't make anything like that.
Yeah,
Nothing from scratch.
No,
Okay.
not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
So-
So, is Cesario the cook or?
No.
Oh.
Definitely not.
Oh,
In
okay.
fact, yesterday he was warming up some tortillas, and my son was in his room. He's like, "What does that smell?"
He burnt
Smell?"
them?
Oh,
He burnt
no.
them, and then he comes out. He's like, "You should leave the cooking to mom." Yeah.
You, bro, you mess with anything in the kitchen or?
Not Mexican wise.
Oh,
Like I
really?
love Mexican food more
I
than
thought
anything.
maybe you would like.
My
have some,
mom
like-
makes some like crazy good like enchilada casserole,
Yeah.
and I can't do it. If my life depended on it. I do not know why. I just can't. I
I
don't
thought
know.
maybe you had like a secret superpower where it's like you just make really good Mexican food and just like.
I wish I could say I did. I have nothing. I mean, I can barbecue pretty good, but
Mhm. I ain't seen it, man.
I know.
I know.
Me
Oh, I
either.
can
I
show
ain't
you.
seen it, man.
I've been
Like,
trying to
what's
plan
up?
it
Showing
on
and
you for
inviting
time
us
now.
are two different things.
I've been planning something like I want to try to do something before Memorial Day, because everybody's going to be gone. But if not, maybe that week after, I'm going to have something at the house. If I can get somebody's pool guy to clean my pool
I'll
because it
send you a
looks.
couple names then. So as long as I get some barbecue.
No, I got you.
Good. We're good.
And
Yeah.
yes, but pool looks nasty. So if I can get that all cleaned up and we can just like kind of hang out in the back and just,
I can make the rice and beans if you're serious.
oh,
You make good rice
I do.
because
Mexican
rice is rice is
hard.
really really
Yeah.
hard.
I do.
Like, cause you can make just decent rice, right? But like, there's some people that can know how to make really really good rice, and
I do.
It's really hard to make really really good rice.
I know how to buy
I could do
it.
both.
That's all
I can make
Yeah.
the Mexican rice, the Spanish rice, and then I could do sushi rice, and I can do like Cuban rice because my wife is Cuban, so she loves
Arroz
Cuban
con
food,
gris.
so I always do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
but
But
Yeah.
you said you want to talk a little bit more
Yes, let's talk
about.
about the team. Ask them questions about the team. I'm gonna go get the dog, bro, because I don't want the dog to go ham right now.
Okay.
See,
Wait, what dog? What dog?
I have a little.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
hear a dog at all.
I'll be right back.
So I know y'all have the team, and we kind of talked about a little bit before y'all came about like the struggles sort of like in real estate, and so you being fairly new still, what do you think is one of your biggest struggles that you may have, like or advice that you would have for somebody who's like just starting? What do you think that they need to kind of focus on?
if they're just starting, I think you need to be financially stable because real estate is expensive. It is expensive, and a lot of people, I didn't realize that. Fortunately, I'm blessed, and we're financially stable. But it's expensive. There's a lot of fees that come into it. Paying a broker fee, and then you have like desk fees and just little fees that add up, and you're like, oh, $250 here, and $50 there, and
Business
then
card, signs.
yes, like all that. It's expensive to start off. Like you really need to be financially stable
It's
for
funny
sure.
because when she called me, we talked about it, and I think I did talk about that. Like, make sure you have money saved up. But I don't remember everything. It's been over 10 years, right? So she would say, "Hey, Leslie, is this one of the fees that you remember?" I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, that's right. Because there's so many. There's so
Yes.
many freaking fees that I forget.
And I just wanted to make sure, because they throw little fees in there that you don't have to pay, like you don't need to, but it's like a donation type thing. And it's like, I'm already giving you all this money and you want me to donate another $50 or $60. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I would always just call her and ask her, and she's like, no, take that off, pick this up,
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people just don't know, like when they're walking into just joining real estate, they just hear like, oh, I made so much money, oh, it's so you could do so much, and they take a leap of faith, and they're just like, you know what, I'm just going to jump straight into it, and they don't understand the amount of money that you need to have set aside. Just because it takes a minute. I mean, even if let's say you jump straight in, you get a transaction right away, it doesn't close in 2 days later. It takes some time. And I had to go through that same thing as well. Like, coming from retail to wholesale was like, I was talking to him. I have money saved up. I was still getting like a severance from another job. And so I was okay, but I thought that all I needed was a month or two and I'm good. No, it literally takes time to be able to build that clientele and to be able to gain people's trust and
It
stuff
does.
like that. So
And you gotta spend
It's
money.
hard, yeah.
You gotta spend money to
Yeah.
get you to a certain, like one of the people, a lot of people don't know, a big expense for us on the mortgage side are credit reports.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yes,
what I
I
mean?
believe
Like,
that. 'Cause it was the same in the insurance world.
Yeah. So like every time that we talk to somebody, and credit companies have gone up in price.
Yeah,
A lot of
definitely.
people don't know that. Like when I first started off running credit, I can run a joint credit for $36. And now we're like just over $70.
Wow.
Yeah. So imagine if I talk to, let's just say I talked to 30 people in the month, which really ain't that much, but let's just say it was 30 people, and out of 30, 25 of them ran credit. Maybe 5 to 7 are going through and moving forward. You know, you just take 20 times 70, that means $1,400.
Yeah.
Off of the people that's just a sunk cost. And then hopefully, you know, they can get themselves prepared over time. But then sometimes you deal with somebody that, like, you know, you talked to them 3-4 months ago. Like we have somebody that we've talked to that long ago. I'm going to have to rerun credit again. You know what I mean? Because that credit expires. So anyway, that's like a version in our world where there's like, that's one cost.
Yeah. And people don't know that
They
at
don't
all.
know. They don't know that
at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you try to work with your client as much as possible, but also try to set like realistic expectations. And some clients don't may not understand as much as others the cost of what it takes to be able to help them, even though they don't want to proceed or they're not really interested as much as they are maybe telling you that they are. And so you're like, okay, you invest some money in them and then say, no, I'm not ready. And so it's trying to stay positive about it because you're like, oh, I'm out of, a few $100s with no return. It gets kind of difficult sometimes, especially when you're, starting up
Yeah.
like kind of new.
Definitely.
But,
I was gonna say, so what's y'all's goal? Like as far as like the team, like what are y'all trying to do? Like,
Well, we were supposed to have this team at the end of the first quarter.
Mhm.
So we're an eight.
well, y'all are a team.
So yes, it's just not an official.
It's not on paper. It's
right.
You know what I'm gonna
It's
tell
not
you?
registered with Trek yet.
And I'm terribly bad because we had like 2 sessions in the with our whole max charge thing or whatever.
Yeah, so we had 2 sessions.
2 sessions maybe.
You didn't.
Maybe.
You did not hold
know.
me very
It's just-
accountable.
I know. Somebody needs to hold me accountable.
I lost the gift card because you didn't hold me accountable for
Has the
that.
gift card been paid out?
I didn't win, so I don't know.
I don't know either. Anyway,
okay.
Here's what I think about the name. I think the name is an excuse. So here's what I'm gonna tell both of y'all.
Dang.
Hey, you said that you call people out. I'm just hey,
That's what she
True.
said.
hey, look, we're friends here. Right? Y'all can't kick me out my own house, so I can talk a little spicy right now.
I like it. I like it.
So this is gonna be my goal for y'all here. Okay, is that by the end of the week, have a name, so that way by the end of the month, you guys are, because it sounds like is it the name that's holding y'all back?
I feel like it is for me. Because
Yeah,
for
so-
me, I like everything revolves around
But this
that.
is the thing. Leslie overthinks things.
I do.
Like I could tell her something and she's just like, I don't know.
Man, we sound
I don't
exactly alike.
Dude,
I don't know.
I swear to God.
Sure,
I mean,
dude.
I
We
was-
almost like,
Y'all two, and then me and
Yeah.
Leslie are exactly
Yeah.
the same.
Well,
Yeah.
my background is science, so I used to be.
I saw that.
Yeah, I used to be a medical device scientist, so I overthink things.
She really
so many
does.
different ways.
Just putting things
Because-
to the petri dish over here.
Yeah. Well,
And I helped you out a lot with picking out your name, the cards and things like that. So I feel like I'm good at those things, but Leslie is an overthinker. And she's like, no, because what about if we have a guy that joins the team? And
because
I don't.
I would love to have all. What if we did have all girls? Like it was just powerhouse girls. I
Just the
love
baddies.
that.
See, and I like
But then
that.
the one day that somebody decides to join that's like your cousin or
Yeah.
my husband,
What
and
if
I'm
it was like
or just no men allowed?
what about pump real
I
estate?
feel like no men because I'm like all about supporting women, like I feel like, we're rulers of the world. We're strong. We're mentally stronger than men and physically stronger than men,
yeah.
So I feel like I like to support women. No offense to men, because I support you. I'm always
Yeah.
there supporting you and,
For sure.
for everything. I'm always there. But I feel like I want to work with women
Well,
and
maybe
not
we should just have a
not
woman team. Then.
like bitchy women or like, I just, like
Yeah.
good, strong
Strong.
women,
Yeah.
you know, and I want to be known for that.
So this team name doesn't have to be your forever name. Like you can have something right now.
Okay, you don't know me very well. I'm very I don't like change.
You don't like
Okay.
pump real estate
No.
because y'all can wear pumps.
Nobody calls them pumps.
Pump a
first
jam.
of all.
That's like
That's the old name, maybe. I don't know. I thought they did too, but
No,
act
and
like
then
it
she
is.
doesn't want like her name involved. Which
I don't want
which
the name
I get,
involved because
you know?
it's like it's,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
partnership. It's a team.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
totally
about
agree.
Me, so
Totally
yeah.
agree.
Yeah. So okay, so if we go along the lines of just powerful women,
Something about
then-
empowerment, like so, because y'all both are like really driven. So that may be something that you may want to look into because it's like that
Well, give us
represents
some
you.
Suggestions. We're open.
I mean, you were really good. Like you gave me 3 names to pick from, and I said, I think this fits you best, you
Yeah,
know? So I think
yeah.
you should help us out. I helped you, you help us.
Yeah, well, I mean, mine was like, so I picked Motivation Mortgage because I actually have my tattoo even says motivation right here. Motivation is key to success. But I've always, like, ever since high school, like I'm not a big guy, but even in high school, I was like, I don't even know. I think I graduated, I was 150 pounds. And so nobody really would really believe in me. And so I had to work hard all through high school, got to college, walked on to play football. So it was always like I'm fighting from behind. And so I always tried to stay motivated enough to be able to succeed. And so that's been the same thing that's carried over into my career. And so that's starting off when like I used to work at a prison, a juvenile center. And so I've excelled in pretty much everything I've done. And so this one is the most challenging thing that I've ever had to face. And so I felt like that name, Motivation Mortgage, fit really well with that.
It's a great name. It's
It
a great
is.
name.
I like it a lot. And I like
So-
the colors, the theme you went with. It's nice and it fits you very well.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm my goal is to help y'all find a name by the end of the week too. So
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
if we have a
Josh,
name at the end of
names.
the week, then I have to get everything
Well, it's-
registered with Trek, and then we can get everything up.
It's definitely not pump. Pump is a scratch, right?
No.
Pump does not.
Ow. That like reminds me of like Jersey Shore when they would do like the
Hey, exactly. Y'all can do a lot of marketing off of that. Y'all can be pumping.
yeah, he's
Y'all can
right.
get some pumps. Y'all can be pumping.
He's right.
Yeah, I don't know what other kind of pumping y'all.
though. Nobody calls it pump.
Okay.
So, yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, you start somewhere, and then you, like even here with the podcast, we started to try to think light years ahead of where we're going. And I talked to somebody, and I'm like, "Hey, we need a video intro coming in, like cool with these tacos in our hand, like all like real, like up close and personal." And the guy was like, "What's your theme?" I'm like, "I don't know." He was like, "So what are you trying to portray?" I'm like, "I don't know, just trying to do some tacos and have a conversation." He was like, "No, I think you need to go out and kind of find your niche first, what fits you, and then you circle back around and kind of make changes." So that's what I would recommend for you. Like, hey, let's do this for right now. And if things change in the future, let's maybe switch it up. It's still your brand. People still realize it's Leslie and
But I
Denise
think
or
that's
Leslie and
harder
whoever.
because we have to register the name with Trek, so it has to be Trek approved.
Oh.
People
so-
know you by a certain
Well,
name,
yeah.
and then
Yeah,
you
but-
keep changing it. It just, I don't know.
Yeah. So the one thing that I would tell you though is that like, a cool name would be great, but like y'all's people are gonna mess with y'all because they know y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
And like, I can think of a lot of different like powerhouse teams that I've never looked at their name and been like, "Oh, damn, that name was dope."
Exactly.
And that's why they're awesome. No, they're dope.
True.
And they're awesome because that's who they are as people. I think y'all already have that. So like the name, again, like the name is just like, I know like probably us being similar is like you want it to be perfect and you want it to fit. You want it to mean certain things and you want it to captivate all this stuff, but it doesn't have to be like that. So I can give that advice. But if it was me doing my own, I'd probably be in your same shoes.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
he knows
He's like-
exactly how I would be. And you probably were a little bit like that too, trying to find the right,
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
For sure. Well, I like the MM. And so coming from Model Mortgage, I was like Motivation Mortgage. And then I thought, I think I I started thinking about AM mortgage, and I could do a lot with that. And it was like Alpha mortgage.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? And I kind of talked to her about it, and I think I sent it to a few people, and was like, you know what? Motivation just sounds a little bit better. So
I have mine ready,
Yeah.
and I already know what I'm gonna do. But
oh yeah, I know.
Gotta
I think I
wait.
talked to you about that, but
yeah.
one before we take our next bite,
right there.
I know, right? Before you take our next bite, I just want to ask you real quick, just kind of wrap up the real estate thing. Was being where you're at? I know you're an OG in the game right now. So what, like, for anybody that is looking to buy in, the near future, and people having those doubts, like, oh, rates are too high, the prices ain't where I want them to be at. What would you say to that?
That's a good
I
question.
know it's a good question. Dang it. You're gonna miss me with this question.
Talk to my lender.
They'll run numbers for you.
just in general, like, because I'm sure you get
I
those.
mean, I think, yeah. So I get a lot of first time home buyers or, people that are ready to buy, even though the rates are higher than they have heard about in the past. And, they have this thing in their head that I want to have a house that's 350,000, and that's fine. But with the rates where they are now, they can afford a $250,000 house. So they're a little bit discouraged, and they're almost kind of at the point where, oh, maybe we should just rent again or whatnot. But it's the rates are going to be what they are. They're always going to go up. They're always going to go down. You can always refinance when the time is right. But I think you should still take advantage right now of what the market is, because sellers are giving concessions again. You are being able to negotiate things where a couple of years ago you weren't, when the rates were so low. So I think it's always a great time to buy. But I think a lot of that is just being scared too. You're scared, especially if it's a first time home buyer. They're scared to take that leap. It's a scary thing. But I just tell them that, yes, the rates are a little bit higher right now, but once they go down, take advantage of that market and refinance at that point.
Yeah, I am seeing a lot of concessions too right now. Still, like a lot of my files are coming with concessions. Quinn and I just had a closing Monday,
Oh, yeah.
and man, we had $10,000 in concessions.
That's good.
We had to figure out a way to use them. So we did a 1.0 buy down. So he got a 1.0 buy down, 10K in concessions. The dude put 20% down and still got the $5,000 grant.
Oh, really?
I don't know how that worked. I never talked to him about that ever throughout the deal. And then when we got to the CD phase, the $5,000 was sitting there as the first time homebuyer grant.
Okay.
So he got 10K from the sellers, 5K grant, free money from the lender.
Yeah.
They paid for his appraisal because you get the appraisal covered, right? And then a 1.0 buy down.
Wow.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Dang.
That's really good. Yeah.
So there are a lot of opportunities out there.
Definitely.
And obviously that's like a home run story. I don't, all mine aren't like that, but I think that people are still walking into some good opportunities, some good deals, and rates have been flat and people need to get things moving. You know what I mean? People personally need to move.
Right.
And I think that a lot of people understand what the market is right now.
I agree.
Yeah.
On both sides. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Some
feel
some
good.
do. Some do. Some sellers still,
Still a little.
get excited about those high numbers.
Yeah.
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 Are we ready to take this next
I'm
bite?
ready.
Okay. Let's try this middle salsa. I don't know if this is hotter.
Thank you.
Okay.
It looks intimidating, right?
It does.
Can I get the first camera shot? I want to have a bite right now.
Yeah, I'm low key kind of hungry myself.
Ready?
A little bit runny.
Mm-hmm.
That's yours.
Okay. I guess I'll knock mine out. You ready? Okay.
I'm trying to
All right.
figure out how much to put in here.
That ain't hot.
Dang, you guys have some big bites.
That'll do it.
I see. Okay. All right.
All right. It's a little more spicier, but not
Very spicy.
yeah. I'm gonna have to get her like.
Did she say they were spicy or no?
She said she's tried to make them a little spicy,
Mm.
but I'm like, no, I need all you can give me, like hot. The flavor is really good though.
Yeah, the flavor's good. Not spicy though at all.
Yeah, we've had
Is that
some.
spicy for you?
No, at
Nope.
first I thought it was gonna be.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the last one. Maybe that one's going to be more spicy.
That one looks a
That
little.
one looks a little bit scarier to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did y'all grow up here in San Antonio?
I'm actually from Floresville. Like, well, Elmendorf and Floresville area.
I think that's Floresville, Elmendorf. There's like 2 ways to get to Victoria, and we've been cutting that way here recently. And they got a lot of new stuff out there, right? In Floresville?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Floresville kind of didn't want it to be, you know, like big. Like they didn't want an HEB. They didn't want Starbucks. Like the Starbucks is fairly new. It's
Yeah, they have that Starbucks out there.
yeah. They try to keep everything out, but you know they added more lights and stuff. I ran a red light, and I'm like, oh my gosh, when did this light gonna get here? You know, but because I always take the back roads home, and I decided to take the highway. Yeah, and I got pulled over, and I was like, shit. And they let me go. They were like, all right, cool. And I'm like, I don't really go home very often. So,
Yeah.
but it's a small, cute, quaint town. I can't wait to see more things added though. Cause there's like, I'm always like, oh, I want to move. I want to get land. But I'm like, I just don't want to move back home because there's nothing. There's nothing, you know? So
I feel the same way. Yeah.
yeah.
You save a lot of money.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I feel like living here, it's just too easy to spend money.
Oh yeah.
Too much around you, and it's
true.
growing big time right here.
growing.
yeah. We were driving and I was like, oh my God, they added so much stuff over here because there wasn't really much besides Alamo Ranch, you know, but
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, because they have the little. You're talking about right here. Yeah,
Little
those
shopping
shops.
centers.
Yeah.
Yeah, some bars and
So like right here, right behind me, they're gonna. Unfortunately, they are gonna put some apartments right here.
they're going to tear down the Greenbelt.
So I think they're gonna leave a line of trees. Is what they.
To try to block
Yeah.
as much as they can.
Yeah. But
You might have to
which
get
I'm
some-
not really tripped. I mean, hopefully there's some other apartments that are over down the street on Culebra that they're like 1-story apartment looking homes. They're not homes, but they're like look like apartments, but they're like flats. This not tall. So I'm hoping it's something like that. But I kind of have a feeling that they're gonna put
2 stories,
Yeah,
2 or
they'll
3
knock
stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Leslie, you're from San Antonio,
From
right?
here. Yep.
Where'd you go to school?
Ooh, I went to Kennedy High School.
Ooh. I know.
Kennedy High School.
Kennedy, where's that?
Kennedy is on the
West side.
southwest side. Yep,
Yeah.
it's right by where the old Kelly used to be, which
Never heard
now
of Kennedy.
is
Oh,
Heard
yeah.
of Kennedy? I've never heard of
yes.
Kennedy.
Yeah, I played softball there. I actually have a tournament there
What
Saturday.
size like school were y'all? They do you know like 3A, 4A, 5A?
Oh, I don't know that stuff.
Oh, okay.
No,
I think
no
they're
idea.
pretty good. Like we played during their football games because the football stadium is right by the softball fields, and the games are not packed at all until they play. Like y'all have a rival.
We
game.
have one. We used to have 3 high schools in our district. Now it's just, 2. Yeah, Kennedy and Memorial. So
Is that the game that everybody? It was
Yeah.
packed, bro.
Yeah.
And I don't think they even playing. I don't think either team was playing for anything. Maybe in particular.
it's their rival. Yep.
I'm like, and you could just like anytime like something happened, it was just like insanely loud. I'm like, we've been out here all season, and it's been hardly anybody at these games. All of a sudden, it's like Super Bowl or something, and so everybody, and it was cops everywhere, so you could tell it was like rival tension going on. So I guess
Yeah, it's exactly what it was. Wasn't the what nicest district. We didn't have a lot of money, but I graduated.
Yeah. Graduated.
I
You graduated
graduated
2 other times after that. I saw
Yeah,
that.
I did.
So you have your bachelor's and your master's. What's the deal with science? You've just been like,
Oh my God, yes. Love
You love
science.
science?
Even with my son right now, when he gets home and he starts talking about science and they dissected a jellyfish or this and that, I get all excited.
jellyfish.
huh.
Yeah, I get
Poor
so
animal.
excited. Sorry. But I love it. I love it. So the thought was, so I went to, oh my gosh, I think it took me about almost 10 years to get from here to A&M because I was in community college for so long, just playing, having fun, and a year here, a year there.
Yep.
But finally, when I got serious, then I went to A&M, got my bachelor's in biomedical science. So supposed to go to vet school. That was the whole goal.
To be a veterinarian.
That's right.
Oh, really?
That was the whole goal. Things take turns. You know, I had cancer when I was a senior and
Cancer?
at A&M. Yeah.
The
So
heck?
then,
I didn't know that.
so I came back and got that taken care of, and then my life stayed here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
I didn't know that.
Met my husband, and
what
that
kind of?
was
I'm sorry. What kind of
thyroid cancer.
Thyroid cancer. Okay.
So it was. I mean, it was easily treated.
Treatable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So my life stayed here.
But I'm sorry. This is I've never
Oh,
heard
yeah.
that about you. So,
I don't think I've
she
heard
was
that
like,
either.
I ate food yesterday. And like going through this like, no, you're like telling me you had cancer. Like I've never known this.
Yeah.
That's pretty serious.
How long was like the treatment? Did you have to do chemo?
I didn't do chemo. I did radiation.
Okay.
So my cancer was I found it when I was a senior. I went to, and I was heavy science. So
A
I went
senior
to
in
at A&M.
A&M. Okay.
So I was in heavy science. So I went to my histology teacher. We were in histology in lab, and I told him, I said, hey, I have this lump in my throat. And so he was like, oh, you need to go to the doctor. You need to go to the doctor. I was like, okay, whatever. And then I went to the campus doctor, and, you know, he was like, you need to go get insurance after you graduate, and I'm not going to put this in your medical records or anything. I said, okay. So graduated, came home, and then my mom got me on her insurance because I was 27. I was 27. So
I'm about to ask, like,
yeah,
how?
it wasn't her insurance. She got me on insurance because I was just an adult, so I still don't know how to do adult stuff yet. So I got insurance, and started there. So
Leslie, at 27, you didn't know how to do
27?
adult
No,
things?
no.
I was
Well, she
adulting at
can-
18.
She stretched her
They stretched my
your
my
child.
college
Yeah.
I mean, I
So-
could use you as a vet now
I mean,
with all the
yeah.
rescuing and
I
stuff.
know. I think about that all the time. Like, dang, I could spend.
So then, what was the?
Using
So
my-
then you went and got your master's.
Yes, so I was working for a medical device company for about, I think it was close to 10 years. And so they paid for my master's.
Ooh,
So
okay.
I finished my master's in May, and in July, I got laid off.
Oh,
So, but it turns out for the better, right? Because
Yeah.
here we are now.
yeah.
One of the
Yeah.
best realtors
Yeah.
in San Antonio,
Oh, I
right?
love it. I love it.
And so, with you going to school to potentially become a veterinarian,
Yeah.
and then meeting like this one here who has a lot of animals, and I didn't even know this about you at first, but I can tell you're obviously a really clean person and whatnot. And a lot of people who have like a lot of dogs or, do fostering and whatnot, they tend to be like, they come out, they're like hair all over their clothes, and you don't see that with you, but like, tell us a little bit about like what you do with like.
If you see
your-
me at HEB, you'll see dog hair on me. I have a Papillon that just always wants to be on me, and she sheds, and I'm like, golly. And I have a lint roller in my truck, but it's like, it is what it is, But you asked how I got into rescuing?
Yeah, like, so I mean, you have how many animals do you have?
I have 8 dogs, and then I care for about 13 stray cats. 4, they stay in my garage. I keep them in overnight. Those are the ones that are more friendly, and they let me touch them. And, we always say when we get land and we decide to build again, we're going to move all the cats with us just because they're attached to us. They depend on us, But yes, I have 8 dogs. I volunteer for Wilton County No Kill Animal Shelter in Floresville. It's a very small shelter, and I became heavily involved with them on the donating side. So I always take donations all year round and things like that. And then they're like, oh, we have this. Jessica's really bad at sending me pictures of dogs, and that's my weakness. She knows. Like, I could see a stray dog on the side, and I'll pick it up and try to get it fixed and get it shots and rehome them.
She spends a lot of her own money trying to
Yes, I
get
do.
these dogs fixed and spayed and stuff.
Yeah. So then I was like fostering, and it's just like foster fell. And first it was just my wife had a dog, and then I had 2 weenie dogs, long haired weenie dogs. And so we had 3 when we decided to like move in together and things, And then a dog got dumped in our neighborhood when we were building. And so we were like, here I am trying to catch this stray dog. And I said, babe, I'm going to rehome it. I'm going to get it nice and pretty and everything. And I did. And then I was like, okay, time to rehome. And she's like, no, absolutely not. We're keeping this dog. So then that was 4. And then I fostered, and then she is the one, like, she will deny it. She's like, no, that's not me. And I'm like taking him to, like the Pearl and trying to get it adopted and stuff. And she's like, would you stop telling people that, this dog is up for adoption because it's not. Don't you just love the dog? So then we had 5 and then 6 and 7 and 8. And that's like my limit because 6 of them are small. And then I have a Bernedoodle and a standard poodle. So those are my 2 big dogs.
Is a big one, right?
Yeah, she's a mountain dog. And she's always hot, but yeah. And you would never think I have 8 dogs in my house. Cause even when she comes over, she's like, oh my God, your house is so clean. How?
So where do the dogs hang out at?
They have their own room.
Okay.
They have their own room. So like right now they're in their kennels, you know. My little Papillon, she stays loose all day. And she's a good dog. She lays on my couch all day, but
And they're older, they're puppies. Like
we have one that's going to be 15. My twin
months or
weenie dog,
years?
15 years. She's going to be 15. She's going to be 15 in
it's like 94.
August. Yeah, she's old. She's old, but you would never think that because she's so playful still. But and then Riley and River are my long-haired weenie dogs. They are going to be 11 on the 10th of this month, and then Kojo, we got him as a stray, you know, and they said he was probably around. Now I'd say 6. And so then they kind of trickles down like 4, 3, and then 2 was my youngest one. So
I'm a new dog dad in the last, like, I guess 10 months. It's a love-hate for me. I know. And it sounds, I know. Like, and I'm being honest, like, I hate to even say that, but I'm like in a different, we got 3 little kids, right? We got
it's hard.
the baby, and then we got 2 other kids. They're both active. We want them to be active. We want them to do things that we didn't get to do as kids. And then we travel, but like, it's like, man, when I get home, it's like the first thing, you know, it's like the dog, you got to take care of the dog. And like, I feel this burden.
But you know what? Let me tell you something. That dog loves you unconditionally, you know, and
I don't know if she does.
No, she does. Dogs do, you know, and
on my stuff.
you got to remember that
just
dogs.
chewed my Ray-Bans yesterday.
Oh,
you got to
really?
break that
Yes.
habit, you know, you got to break that habit. But, you know, at the end of the day, they look forward to you coming home. And you got a golden doodle. People don't know this though, but poodles are so hyper. They're so hyper. Yeah. Their brains need to be stimulated. Yeah. You know, you don't understand how many people, call me and they're like, Denise, please take this dog. And what do? I take the damn dog, you know, because I'm like, you're an awful pet owner, and I like blast you on social media.
Oh, goodness.
In our neighborhood website, Facebook page, she will go off on.
I will. When it comes to animals, you know what? I can see a person get ran over and probably not give 2 shits. I'll keep driving off. But if it is an animal, oh yes, I will do everything that I can to save that animal. You know, my wife was driving to work one day and she saw a dog get hit. She pulled over. She was late. She ended up taking it to the vet, and it needed $12,000 of surgery, you know, and unfortunately the doctors were like, it's just best to put it down because it's going to need multiple surgeries. Oh, okay. We paid for it to get cremated, and guess what? It's inside my credenza being, you know, we named him and everything. And, you know, we brought his ashes home, and that's just who we are though, you know, and I think I turned my wife into somebody that wanted to do more and help, because at first she was like, well, what are you going to do with your dogs when you move in? And I'm like, bitch, I'm bringing my dogs with me. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
he's like, wait, in the house or out?
Yeah, like what? Like, no. When we decided to build together, you know, and I'm like, well, what are you gonna do with your dog?
Yeah.
She's like, well, I'm bringing it. Well, exactly. Hello,
See,
I'm bringing my dogs.
Y'all should incorporate that with like real estate and marketing.
Somehow.
Yeah. So I share a lot of it on my Instagram and like Facebook and stuff, but it's taxing. It is taxing, you know, because like she said, I spend a lot of my own money on it, and it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we depend on volunteers and donations, and sometimes we just don't get that. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
She's a real tough exterior, but she has such a big heart. And it's like, you don't really know that just meeting her, because she'll tell you how she feels. Like, she'll tell you straight up, but she's got the biggest heart. So.
I think anybody that has like animals like that always has a big heart, is what I always see. You know what I mean? Now you meet some dog owners that have just one dog and they're just like straight up assholes. But if you have like multiple dogs, like
That's
I've
a
never
lot.
met somebody
It's
that
a vibe.
because like I did have a client. I had a client, same thing. He and we just closed on a house with Claudia. I think we closed I think last week Friday.
Okay.
And the last time we bought a house together, he was just talking to me. He was like, "Hey Josh, like this cat, he had this personal connection with this cat and he would feed it all the time. And he was moving houses from one house to the next house. And he was like telling me how basically he was kind of anxious because of this cat that similar to you, where it wasn't really his cat, but that he cared for it and it relied on him. I forget the name, but he told me the name and he's like, man, I'm just kind of worried because I'm about to bring the cat with me, or I don't know if the cat's going to want to come, but bro, like whenever you take care of like, and I think even cats,
I ain't think about that.
which cats to me are scary.
Yeah, same.
I'm scared of cats.
Same.
They just
mean.
like, you know what I mean? The way they be moving.
I hope the cat
It's
is
like,
scared.
Oh my
sexy or creepy right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
And now then you see the videos on Facebook and the cat's like all right in their face and it's like bah, 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 bah.
Yeah, they hit you.
I'm like, no, I can't. No.
especially knowing just where cats come from. Like cats, just like mountain lions and like,
Yeah.
that's
They
crazy.
can be mean for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's very noble of you. But
Thank you.
y'all should incorporate that in with real estate because man, y'all
Y'all have a lot going on between
just
both
like
of y'all.
people that love
Yeah.
animals and they eat animals and then like real estate, you tie that together.
Yeah.
I think you can find a really
And
good.
a lot of people don't even know that I do it, but I try to like talk about it as much as I can because like I said, we depend on those donations. So, and the shelter that I help is in a very small town to where unfortunately people just go and dump animals out there because it's the country, right? So
yeah.
my shelter is beyond full,
Yeah.
don't have room. And so
Like imagine
adopt, don't shop.
Imagine if y'all teamed up with, because I know sometimes they do the free vaccines and the shots and all that. Imagine if y'all teamed up with one of those places. Like, I don't know if there's somebody that needs to get their name out there. Y'all teamed up with them, parked outside Home Depot or like down here, Alamo Ranch, where there's like Dick's, Home Depot, Best Buy.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people come walking up with their dogs probably own homes and, that could be a little cool.
Kind of like
Way to
Little
Yeah.
niche.
I keep
Adopt
telling my
and
wife
stuff.
I want to do a real estate picture with me and my dogs.
Mhm.
Can you imagine my dogs next to me?
it only takes
That-
like 45 minutes.
If you can, I
My
mean, you
dogs
start,
are really,
Get the
really
treats
good
out,
though.
fine.
But my dogs are really good and like they know they're on a schedule, they're by 8:00 they want to be in bed. They're over here like taking me to the room and I'm like, I'm not ready for bed. So they're good dogs. And like when I have company over, you hardly ever hear them. They're in their room. They have a TV. They have
They got a TV?
they have a
That's what I
coat.
need to get
They're
for-
spoiled.
Yeah.
For Maya, while we're podcasting, is maybe I need. What do you let her watch or let them watch?
Oh my God. My Papillon loves Golden Girls. She will sit there and like stare at the TV. They love Golden Girls. They
Dang.
like Saved by the Bell. I put all that stuff on.
That's
They love
crazy.
that stuff.
When we were talking about Kennedy High School, I was going to ask you guys if y'all remember who was it that who was the rival? Do y'all remember that show whenever it was like Saved by the Bell and they're like going through and they're feuding back and forth?
oh, I can't remember that.
Yeah. Anyway, I was thinking about Saved by the
Was
Bell
it
while
like
we're
Boy Meets World or something?
No, like in Saved by the Bell, there's like
Oh,
an
it was-
episode where it's like the high schools like are kind of like fighting with each other or whatever.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I like catch glimpses every time when I get home, it'll be on and I'm just like, oh, that's such a good show. And they watch it. They have a purifier in their room and everything.
Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness. They
They're
live in
spoiled.
My
They're
kids
spoiled.
don't have a TV in their room.
Oh, yeah,
Those
mine
are
do.
Mine don't.
purifiers.
You have- you have-
Like, we don't have them in their room.
you have 2 or 3 kids?
Too.
Two.
Two. Okay.
Yeah. There's no TV in their room. So
Really?
Mm-mm.
So you, I mean,
I think that's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
we
they
don't
don't
have
need a
'em.
TV. And
well, they got a tablet, I'm sure.
Nope.
No tablets?
No. Well, my son has a phone, but he's all caught up in the video games. So we have a game room, and so he pretty much takes over there with his video games.
Uh-huh.
But we try. I mean, we used to be really good, like Monday through Thursday, no video games, and then that kind of slacks.
Mm-hmm.
But my daughter has no tablet, she has nothing, so she'll watch TV or whatever. But she's itching for a phone. She's like, "Well, Jeremiah got a phone at 10." I'm like, no, we're gonna be like 12 or 13 for you, girl. 'Cause we saw how that
Girls
turned
are a
out.
little bit different, right?
yeah.
I
We
think.
saw how that turned out. We're gonna extend it a little bit more. So,
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. I mean, there's like your kids are the cats and dogs, and then
Yeah.
you have your kids. So y'all have similar backgrounds.
dude, we are so similar.
Yeah.
Very. Actually, it's
So
very
similar,
scary.
yeah.
Only difference is y'all's thought process. Like
Yes, I fully
one
agree
is
that.
more like, let's go get it. Other one's
She's
like,
ready, and I'm like, let's hold on.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you bring something else. So you're like, oh, I got the knowledge. I know what to do here. She's like, let's go. I don't know where we're going. We're gonna go. We're gonna go, and then you just we'll link together and make it work.
I have
So,
to like when I'm like, let's go shoot content. I'll pick you up, and she's like, okay. And I'm like, are you ready? Are you? I'm in your driveway. Where are you?
She's like, I'm just sitting in front of your house.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, hold on, I'm coming.
Yeah, because she'll procrastinate on that part, you know. And then she's like, Denise, let's go to a networking event, and that's where I'm kind of like, oh man, I don't want to do
You don't wanna talk to
that.
people.
No,
You
she
know?
would rather stay home. And I'm like, let's go. We gotta go. Let's go do this.
This is the thing. If I'm reading a book, I'm not moving from my house. Like that's where she's like, Denise, stop reading. Like, come on, let's go. You know, and I just. It's the getting ready for me, you know,
Yeah.
getting ready, doing my
That's me
hair.
right
and,
now. It's like I'm like 20 pounds overweight, so I'm like, damn, I put on a t-shirt. I'm like,
oh, I do the same thing. I'm like, if I stretch it out a little bit, I might be good. I'm like,
Well, you're wearing smalls over
like
there.
you
No, this
look
is
good
a large.
though.
Mediums,
You
I'm
got a
sorry,
medium.
Yeah,
this is a
medium
lot.
going
I
on.
swear, people have been saying that recently, and I've been working out, but they're like, oh, I'm like, dude, this is the same shirt I've always. It's a large. These are larges. They're just getting like, I don't know, maybe they're shrinking some. I don't know, but but yeah, I do the same thing he does. I'm like, I put on a shirt. And I'm like, I'm like, there's a pudge right here. I'm like, no.
Oh my gosh. I was like over there putting y'all spas on, right? Like the girls.
I'm looking. I'm like, I took it in. I'm like, no. I'm like, what is that? Like, oh no.
I don't know, Anthony, but when I saw you today, I said you look good. You look like you slimmed down.
Appreciate.
You said you haven't lost no weight, but
Yeah, maybe
know.
build muscle.
yeah.
So
I see you working hard while I'm over here eating potato chips on my couch.
With your butt.
Yeah, with my book.
Only time I eat. Only time I try to eat unhealthy is just like on the tacos. So
No, I eat unhealthy 24/7. Right, Leslie? We go out to eat and she gets a salad and I'm like, no, I'll take this. It's all like fattening food and I'm like,
But
Leslie.
I'll have the drink and she'll have water.
Yeah, I'll have water. So yeah.
ready to take that last bite or
do that. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Let's try this
That's
toasty
sorry.
salsa. I don't know if it's like
It looks like
real
Like a
roasted,
roasted,
maybe.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna invest in putting like a warmer.
yeah.
Something to keep it
Keep it warm.
keep it a little bit.
the tacos nice and.
Oh, this one smells.
I don't know if it's Noel. Oh my god, my taco's so cold. It's like my taco's cold. Yeah.
I mean, they are cold. So
Yeah.
Leslie's like,
That's a bite.
y'all, look
All
at
right,
y'all.
I'm gonna knock mine out real
hard.
Ready? Okay. That's good.
This one's a little bit. This was the spiciest one out of all of them,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still not spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to try to kick up a notch.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're starving.
You going back to Mary's? You gotta have it nice and warm, right? How much were they? Actually, that hasn't been a question on any of the podcasts. How
I
much
think
were
it
the
was like
tacos?
$17.
It was
And you bought how many tacos?
5.
5 tacos and a tea.
It's about $3
I
each.
think they were like $2.40 for the specialty tacos.
Mhm. Tacos could be like low key one of the best. Is that your taco still?
Yes,
That looks like a whole taco. Like what does yours look like?
It's
the same. We don't finish the tacos.
We don't finish our
Ah.
tacos like that.
I forgot we got you a taco. too.
We haven't had a guest that hasn't finished their taco.
I mean,
Where
I don't think so.
is it?
Everybody usually so hungry. They're just like eating their taco. They're like, and soon as the show's over, like, was was there any more? I'm like,
We gotta act like ladies, and we're wearing lipstick, guys.
When the camera's off, I'll finish
Yeah.
it
Okay.
for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
I think y'all might have told us, but any listings, anything upcoming?
Dude, I think I have like 3 they've been coming soon since like February. So I'm just waiting for them to be ready.
I mean, I don't have any listings coming up. More with working with buyers at the moment, trying to get them going.
Nice.
I'll be hitting you up soon.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So new name
New name.
by the end of the week, maybe.
That what? We're
Today-
already on Tuesday.
today's
Like,
Tuesday.
how about next Tuesday?
Today
Like,
is my mom's birthday.
Oh, here goes the excuses. See, it's the whole podcast has been building up to this because we already know that by this point everybody should know how Leslie is. Like, oh, I don't know, and then so here she is procrastinating already. She's already like, I'm ready by next Tuesday. So
well, she just said next Tuesday.
give
okay,
us until next
so
Tuesday.
a
Give us a
week.
week.
Yeah.
Give us a week.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna clip this reel up right here,
You're going to
Yeah.
put a date on it?
and then we're gonna put the name. Welcome. Blah blah blah. Realty.
Okay.
Oh shit, y'all are
Okay,
really
so that's
talented.
for sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna help y'all roll it out.
Well, we
Okay.
need some input, so help us out.
yeah, we'll think of something together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot of time on our hands to be able to. What we'll do is kind of throw some stuff together and tag y'all in it, and then once y'all have a name, and as soon as you get the name, immediately build out your page,
Yes.
and then that way people can start
I
knowing
mean,
who you
talk
are.
to me like if I'm tech savvy. Like, build out your page. What does that even mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
I don't
roll
know.
out a
Get
page.
somebody
Like,
to
you can definitely
get
do
somebody to
it.
help
Do
you.
Get that done.
We could do it.
Denise or I know Frankie's real good at that stuff too.
I know.
Frankie is.
Yeah,
Oh my god, she's
Or like
awesome.
low key, Frankie, when you're not doing Remax stuff,
I know.
do this page.
I've been hitting her up too because helping me, like, she's the one that helped me get my business card and stuff together. And so I was like, "Hey, Frankie," and she's like, "Oh yeah, I can do that." And so I was like, "It's probably gonna take her a few days," and it was like
Oh, no.
a few minutes.
Yeah,
boom.
she
Yeah.
I'm
knocks
like,
it out
"Oh
like
my
crazy.
goodness!"
Yeah.
So good.
I was like, "Do I pay you right now?" Or she's like, "Oh yeah, I've already sent everything over. Like
Can
they're
you just
getting
take
made."
a little longer, so it seems like I'm paying for more.
I know, but yeah, she's excellent.
awesome.
So
Frankie's awesome. Yeah.
Cheers.
yeah, but yeah, once you get everything together, we'll
Okay, a
make
week.
sure we post everything.
A week, Leslie.
A week.
A week. Let's make it happen.
A week.
Yep.
That
Well,
was the whole purpose of this podcast.
Oh, that's
was-
right. Just put the pressure on. I like it. That's good. It's good. I'm better with deadlines, though.
But it'll hold you accountable because you like to procrastinate.
I mean, did you hold me accountable?
I'm gonna hold you
Did
accountable
you?
to this.
Oh,
Before?
that's true.
You
This
did it.
name. I am. I'm
Okay.
gonna hold you accountable. I'm just. May is gonna be a really. I'm just real busy.
Yeah.
actually,
See, there goes the excuses.
oh
No, I know.
Ooh.
no, he is.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's an excuse. It's an excuse, but
Well,
We're all
everybody out there,
busy.
make
Everybody's
sure
busy. You know, you got to make time for each other.
this will be the first clip we have. So anybody who's
tap
watching,
in
make
with
sure
All right.
I will.
y'all help her with some names. So we'll throw a video together and y'all help them
Yes,
come up with the team
yes.
name based on what y'all have seen on the
On-
show.
On female, strong, energy.
Cats,
Yes.
dogs, children,
I mean,
strong,
maybe.
empowered. No, I don't know.
She's like, no children.
Yeah.
well, my kids are great.
But yeah, man, thank y'all for coming on. I'm glad y'all were
Thank you
able
for
to make
having
it.
us.
Wasn't that bad?
It was
See,
fun. It was a little bit. It was fun.
chill. You
Yeah.
ain't sweating too bad or nothing like that.
After the mimosas kind of kicked in, it was better.
Okay.
Anthony will have his party first, and then once I get all my stuff done back here, I'll have something here at the crib with everybody.
Yeah, I'll have some soon, so be on the lookout. I don't want to hear no excuse about, oh, I got this and that. So
give me the date. Give me the date. I gotta get a babysitter. We're good.
okay. I mean, you can bring the kids if you need to.
No.
When's Memorial Day?
We're trying to have fun. Right?
Maybe right before Memorial Day weekend. If not the weekend before, the weekend after. So
Kick
I'll
off
try to-
When is it though?
That's what I was thinking
that's on a
about.
Saturday.
Summer
Yeah.
kickoff, yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
what month? Is it this month?
May.
Yeah.
Oh,
Memorial
wow.
Day is the end of this month.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, I don't like guys. I don't
End of
know.
May.
Yeah.
Are you even going to be here? You're going to be on a cruise.
No, that's still.
Ooh, where are you going for a cruise? You just came off. a
Oh,
cruise
July,
weeks ago.
okay.
Did you?
I went to Bimini and Key West.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
How long was your cruise?
It was 4 nights, 5 days, 4 nights.
I'm going on to Alaska
Let's go to
in
Alaska.
August, and
Alaskan
On a cruise?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think April did an Alaskan
I don't.
cruise.
Did she? I know she went to Alaska. I don't know if it was.
She
a
did
cruise,
the
though.
Alaskan. I want to say it was an Alaskan cruise.
I am so nervous and scared. I don't know.
Because of
She doesn't
Titanic?
like. She don't like being on.
Because
the
The Titanic one, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Ice rocks formation.
I don't like the idea of not being able to get off if I want to get off.
Oh, this is
you
your
know?
first cruise?
Yes.
All the way
gamble?
in Alaska?
Yes.
Do you like
So
to gamble? Do you gamble?
I
you
do.
gamble?
I gamble.
Do
I'm
you
a huge
gamble?
I am a huge gambler. Like,
So
huge.
listen, that is like because I hadn't gone on a cruise in a while. Well, I went on a cruise last year, but before last year, it had been like 8 years. Man, the one day at sea in between places. Like, how long is your cruise? How many days?
Ooh, I think like 8.
Oh, so
days.
you're going to
Wow.
3
Goodness,
places.
you might get.
Yeah, so
man.
we're going all
Cabin
throughout.
fever.
We're going through all throughout Alaska. So we're flying into Seattle. We're gonna stay there because that's like my favorite place ever is Seattle. And then we're gonna go to Canada, and from Canada we go to Alaska. And
So
then
where
we
you gonna go?
come
Vancouver.
back. We're going to Vancouver.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
we did Seattle and Vancouver, but we didn't do the cruise. But man, 8 days is a long time on a boat.
yeah,
Oh,
I
I
know.
love that.
Well, long as
Yeah,
you stop every day, because I'm sure they'll stop and get off. They
So
should
I
only have
think
2 sea days.
We're 2 days at sea, but I made sure to get the suite because I'm like, I'm not staying in that tiny ass room. Like,
So yeah, it
there's
does
no
make
way.
a difference. Like the last 2 times I've gone, I had like a balcony.
Did you
yeah.
take the kids?
So I have the extended
No,
balcony.
it was
Nope.
for like it was like a work cruise.
Oh,
yeah.
That's nice.
So I made sure to do that.
No,
With my wife, with
No.
the kids.
No.
no.
Nope.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. So I made time. I made
Somebody-
sure to get that
Maybe
suite
it's
with the
one
extended
of
balcony and stuff. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Well, all right. I guess let's go ahead and wrap this up. But yeah, once again, appreciate y'all coming in. Hopefully we can do this again later on this year whenever y'all have a
A name.
name. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right.
Cool.
Thank
All right,
you.
thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
All right.
We're gonna see if she needs.